confirmation hearings for President Biden's Supreme Court nominee, Ketanji Brown Jackson, are looming on the horizon, which means it's time for all of these supposed objective journalists and news entities to start doing the Democrat Party's heavy lifting. It kicked off last week with the nation's justice correspondent, Elie Mystal, being invited onto MSNBC to offer his expert analysis. Because when you're talking about a Supreme Court justice that's going to be sworn in to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution, who doesn't want to hear the thoughts of a guy who recently announced his belief
the Constitution is kind of trash. Now, let's just talk as adults for a second.
What did you say? It's what?
It's kind of trash.
Trash.
Mystal was asked what he thought about Missouri Senator Josh Hawley expressing concern over some of nominee Brown Jackson's opinions, say like the ones where she fought for limited sentencing for sexual predators. Here was Mystal's well-reasoned, totally measured, non-hysterical response.
What Josh Hawley is doing when he tries to do this is he's trying to get her killed. He is trying to get violence done against a Supreme Court nominee.
Yep, this is without a doubt the kind of sound reasoning that our bitterly divided nation needs at this moment, is it not? People who equate, well, I'm not sure I really agree with her interpretation in this case, with
prepare to die.
Those are the type of voices that we need helping us all to turn down the national temperature, aren't they? Not that Mystal was alone. The Washington Post offered their hot take with a recent Ruth Marcus column that demanded to know, how low will the GOP go in taking on Ketanji Brown Jackson? I'm sorry, what? How low will the GOP go in opposing a Supreme Court nominee? Oh, I don't know, Ruth. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they're probably not going to attack her for daring to adopt children of a different race. I'm going to guess that they're not going to accuse her of participating in gang rape, and then rather than provide any shred of evidence for the claim, simply orchestrate a Kafkaesque hearing, demanding her to prove that she's not a rapist while her family sits there and watches. I'm going to spitball and say that they won't go so low as to publicly shame her character with the racist whips of stereotype and dog whistle accusation about the conduct of those blacks who dare to think for themselves.
This is a circus. It's a national disgrace. It is a high-tech lynching for uppity blacks who in any way deign to think for themselves. And it is a message that unless you kowtow to an old order, you will be lynched, destroyed, caricatured by a committee of the U.S. Senate rather than hung from a tree.
You know, there's lacking self-awareness, and then there's the American left daring to suggest that Republicans might treat a judicial nominee unfairly. Of the last 10 confirmed Supreme Court nominees, 6 have been Republicans and 4 have come from Democrats. Only 1 of the 6 Republican nominees has garnered more than 58 votes in support. All of the Democrat nominees, 4 out of 4, received more than 63 votes in favor. Put another way, set aside Chief Justice John Roberts, and the average margin of approval for a Republican nominee to the Supreme Court has been 7 votes. The average margin of approval for Democrat nominees has been 59 votes. I know progressives love to live in fantasy land where they actually buy into Michelle Obama's gag-inducing deceit.
When they go low, we go high.
But when it comes to judicial nominations, nothing has been further from the truth.